Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, 6 o'clock here on your Monday. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Nicole Hernandez. We've also got our meteorologist, Thomas Patrick, with us. So, Thomas, you've got some rain that's moving its way through the region. How big is this from?
I know. Having any rain in the summer season is usually a treat for the area. It's not necessarily widespread. It's just a few spots that are picking up some light rain this morning, but certainly welcomed where it is falling. And so far, it's mostly been over far southeastern Washington and a bit over the Palouse as well. Even Pullman and Moscow still picking up some very, very light rain as it stands at the moment. But as we track this northward, there's at least a couple scattered showers that just popped up kind of around Spokane. I'd like to zoom in a little bit farther on that just to give you an idea of where we might be getting our first raindrops this entire month here. A little bit on the north side of town for Spokane and maybe just north of Trent Avenue in Spokane Valley. Hopefully this does become a little bit more widespread because we could use a little bit more than just a few raindrops here or there.
All right, here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning. This is 2nd Avenue and Freya Street right now. We'll keep a close eye on traffic throughout the morning, let you know if there's any issues. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Breaking overnight, Ephrata police are investigating a deadly shooting at the Hawk Fuel gas station.
So this happened last night just after 7:30 p.m. Ephrata police say when officers got there, they found a man who had been shot several times. Grant County Sheriff's deputies took 2 people into custody, 1 suspect and a potential accomplice. As of the latest update, Ephrata police say they are still investigating the area.
Now to the latest on the wildfires burning in Stevens County.
On Saturday, a new fire sparked near Tum Tum. It's called the Lake Spokane Fire. So far, that has burned at least 1,500 acres. Stevens County Emergency Management says level 3 evacuations are in place right now for the Happy Hills area. That means leave now if you're there. From Highway 291 going north to Highway 231 and Rail Canyon Road, they're under evacuation level 2. That means get ready to leave. DNR says the fire has now destroyed 1 structure.
The area in the fire is very steep, very rugged, very craggy, with sparse timber, a lot of grass, and it is just very difficult to put firefighters in that situation, and that's why the determination has been made to allow the fire to do some natural work to get down to more accessible areas that firefighters can engage safely.
The Red Cross set up an emergency shelter at Lakeside High School in 9 Mile Falls. There is food and water there, and they are taking in small household pets. For livestock, Springdale Rodeo Grounds is taking in those larger animals.
The other fire we're tracking is the Hope Fire, also burning in Stevens County. This is near Northport. Crews now have the fire 45% contained. So far, it's burned more than 7,800 acres. The fire destroyed 2 homes and about 20 other buildings like barns and cabins. Right now, more than 1,000 crew members are working on the fire. The cause is still under investigation. There are still level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation zones in place. Stevens County Emergency Management will reevaluate evacuation levels later today.
Now out to Central Oregon, about 800 firefighters are working to contain the Cram fire. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says the fire has burned more than 95,000 acres. It destroyed 6 buildings, 4 of them homes. The Cram fire is now 49% contained.
A heads up for drivers today. WashDOT will close a section of Carlisle Avenue as they continue work on the North Spokane corridor.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is standing by live where that work will be happening. So, Brandon, what do drivers need to know about this?
Yeah, good morning, Tim, Nicole. Well, this is all a part of the Spokane River Crossing Project. So we were thinking right next to Spokane Community College, right next to Upriver, and then Green Drive as well. You can see crews out there working on the bridge for that Spokane River Crossing Project. So what to expect for the traffic impact, though, that's going to be Carlisle Avenue between North Green and North Ralph. That'll be closed as of today. Again, this is going to be an 11-day closure. Crews expected to begin work at some point point this morning. North Ralph between Carlisle and Up River Drive will also be closed. What crews will be doing is removing and rebuilding this stretch of roadway, and during the closure, WashDOT officials say travelers on Green Street who need access to Carlisle will continue traveling north to Euclid and then turn right. We'll have a full breakdown on that detour and this particular project on KREM.com, so you can find all of the details on there as well. Again, this project expected to wrap up around August 1st on Friday, August 1st. So for now, reporting live here in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Brandon. And road work is also starting on I-90 today between Moses Lake and the Vantage Bridge. Crews will be on eastbound I-90 from Dotson Road to May Valley. Then they'll be both east and westbound from May Valley to just east of Moses Lake. While they work, they'll have to close some ramps and driving lanes, and the speed limit will be down to 55 miles per hour. They will be doing this work through October of this year, and then the full project will be done next fall.
The man convicted of murdering 4 University of Idaho students is set to be sentenced just days from now. In a recent plea deal with the state, Bryan Kohberger pled guilty to killing Kaylee Consalves, Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, and Madison Mogan. The plea has been agreed upon so Kohberger can avoid the death penalty. The hearing, though, is about much more than just how long Kohberger will spend in jail.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley gives us a breakdown of what we're expecting to happen this week.
Here's what you can expect to happen at Wednesday's sentencing. At the hearing, prosecutors will explain to the judge why they think the sentence they're recommending is appropriate. Defense attorneys will have the opportunity to do the same. Kohberger can then give an allocution, a statement to the court where he could explain his actions and personal circumstances and potentially express remorse, something the public and family members have yet to hear. This is where the hearing will be unpredictable. Victim impact statements, one of the only times in a judicial process where victims get to speak in court. Some read statements, some speak from the heart, some break down and can't speak at all. It's unclear exactly when the victims will share their statements. It's up to the judge if that comes before or after the attorneys and potentially Kohberger address the court. Finally, Judge Hippler will hand down Kohberger's sentence. Of note, the judge is not bound by the plea agreement and can order a different, lesser sentence. If Hippler sentences Kohberger to life in prison as recommended, attorney Tara Malik says Kohberger would be transferred quickly from Ada County into the custody of the Idaho Department of Correction, where he would spend the rest of his days in prison, most likely in solitary confinement. Given how brutal the crimes were and Kohberger's history of social issues, attorneys say solitary is not only appropriate, it's necessary for his protection.
Amanda Rowley will be in Boise on Wednesday. We will have live coverage of the sentencing all day. We'll be live on KREM 2 and streaming on KREM 2+.
Voters in Spokane County will want to keep an eye on their mail. Primary ballots were sent out last week. Issues on the ballot include whether Spokane should rejoin the Aquifer Protection Area, several fire-related taxes and levies, and some council positions. Important to note, what's on your ballot depends on where you live. Voters have until August 5th to turn in their ballots either in a ballot drop box or postmarked and mailed before 8 p.m. on Election Day.
Time is 6:09. Let's take another look at our weather forecast, where a cloudy start to the day has left our temperatures decently mild for this Monday morning. A lot of our current temperatures in the 60s, but we're just more hopeful to get some rainfall for today, since it does look like today and tomorrow are going to be our best chances for rain this entire month here. Most of the rain has been over southeastern Washington this morning, and we'll see some mountain thunderstorms, mainly northern Washington, have that best chance later on for this afternoon. But the cloud cover does stick around for the most part for today. So that's where the rainfall currently is, kind of over our southern areas at the moment. But if it can drift a little farther to the north, we'll be certainly welcoming any kind of rain we can get here in Spokane.
Later this morning, some local royalty will be joining us here on Up with KREM. We're excited to welcome in the new Miss Washington, Amber Pike. Amber won Miss Spokane earlier this year before taking home the crown in the state competition. At 8 o'clock this morning on KSKN 22, Amber will join us to talk about her plans for the next year as Miss Washington, including a look ahead to Miss America later this year.